How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Alan Staley, and this is Slingin' Dirt with Staley. On this week's all-new episode, the 2018 POWRi West Midget Points Champion, currently running second in the season standings with the POWRi Lucas Oil War Sprint League, while leading the way in the War Sprint League Rookie of the Year points battle. Driver of the Hughes Brothers, Empire Energy, Sprint Lawn Care, Outdoor Custom Creations, VP Racing, Vehicles Unlimited, John Sawyer Racing, 410 Patriot Racing Engine, Boss Chassis, Non-Wing Sprint Car, number 28 from Springfield, Missouri, Corey Schutte. Corey and I catch up to record this episode at the famed Knoxville Raceway, where the previous night, Schutte had set the track record in C-featured competition. Corey's driving style is rarely rivaled, with enough patience to keep his car out of harm's way, yet he's always up on the wheel enough to always seem to be in contention when it matters most. Picking up his first full-size sprint car feature win in only his third ever start with the POWRi Lucas Oil War Sprint League at the 8th Annual Open Wheel Showdown, Diamond of the Dirt Tracks at Lucas Oil Speedway. Corey talks about his racing pedigree, where he sees his career progressing, and how math plus tradition can help to pick out a number. Plus, Schutte speaks on his transition from midget horsepower to 410 racing engines, and a hard-to-argue Mount Rushmore of racing. All that and more on an all-new Slingin' Dirt with Staley. Special guest Corey Schutte, starting right about now.
My dad and my grandpa actually used to come here to Knoxville to watch the Nationals year after year. Guys like Steve Kinzer, that's pretty much a good motivation. They're watching him win all those races. But I know my whole family's into racing. My mom loves it. My brother was still a really good race car driver. It's just kind of family deal. It's just kind of in the blood.
So what was it like picking up the feature victory at Lucas Oil?
Oh, it's pretty incredible, honestly. Third start in sprint car, going there. We've got confidence because we've run there in the midget. And the sprint car drive is real similar, so we applied a lot of things to it, but never dreamed we would run that good, right out of the box.
It's got to feel pretty good right out the gate doing the things that you're doing in the non-wing world.
Yeah, it does. I mean, obviously I'm driving for John Sawyer, which is a big part of that. I wouldn't be racing probably without him being behind me like that. But you spend all winter putting a car together that you think you're going to be good in, and you've got confidence. We just come off the POWRi West Midget Championship, so we kind of know how to run for points. And that was kind of the plan. You only got one motor, so you're kind of limited. If you have an issue there, you're done. But we kind of take it one at a time and do the best we can.
Like you said, you're running the Sawyer car this year with the 28. Is there any big significance to a number that you run, or is it whatever is on the car is what I'm going to be?
The 28 is what I ran when I growing up running micros.
Okay.
That's just kind of the number Dad gave me, and when I got hooked up with John, he said, "What number you want to be?" So that was just.
So it's actually your number on the car.
Yeah, he was a 7J or something before, so that was cool. He let me put my
number on the car. What's the 28 mean to you?
Well, it's Dad always ran 7, and then we would build our own micro chassis, and every time we'd build one, it would get a 7 put on it, and I was the 4th one to come through and do it. So.
That's
little math.
Little math. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's the ultimate goal? Are you chasing asphalt aspirations, or are you just kind of out here having fun?
I kind of got the Brian Clausen mentality. There's a lot of racing that pays better, but I don't want to get away from sprint cars and midgets.
There's just something about going fast and sideways.
Midgets and sprint cars, looking out the side of the car, going in the corner, and wheeling off the corner.
Is there a personal preference that you have? Wing, non-wing, micro, midget? Is there anything that you like? If you were to design your perfect car, what would it be?
Before, I would say midget until we got into this year. I mean, the non-wing sprint car is just an absolute blast. It's just, every time you sail it up in there, you're not really sure what's going to happen.
It's a whole different beast. It is completely different.
800 horsepower, and it really don't weigh that much more than a midget.
No.
So it drives just like them. It's just bigger. So.
Any race day rituals? Like, do you have anything that you have to do in order to fulfill the day? Superstitions that you stay away from?
I don't think so.
So you can wear green and eat chicken and...
Yeah, and I mean, we eat peanuts. I think that's another no.
Yeah, that's
we got a whole
one.
bag of peanuts over there. So no, we don't get too much into that. I mean, a good hot lap session for me as a driver is if you get stuck in, kind of like last night, I got stuck behind 2 guys racing and I didn't get a clean lap. So never being here at Knoxville, then you got to put a qualifying lap down. So that, if you can get some clean laps and hot laps, you get that confidence going right out of the box.
And speaking of confidence, what does running like you did in the C main, what does that do to your confidence? Because if I'm not mistaken, a record's being thrown around here.
Yeah, I heard that. that's a cool deal, but I really didn't want to be in the C main.
Well, that's understandable.
We laid a lap down 8th quick, I think, overall, and then 5th the second in our heat race, and then the car jumps out of gear. So that's why we got stuck in that C main. So we kind of get past that tonight, but the car was really good in the C main. Wasn't quite as good in the B there.
You get kind of tangled up in other people's mess over here.
We should have changed the right rear. We didn't know if we had enough time, so we'd been running it all night. And I probably sealed over a little on us, but first time at Knoxville, I mean, we came in here with no expectations, so last night was pretty good. I'd never even been in the pits before.
Yeah, me neither.
We come be in the stands and watch the Nationals. It's something special.
Do you have any fear?
Like with racing?
Yeah. Or we can talk just as bros.
I hate snakes.
I hate bees, like bees and wasps.
Yeah, I don't think with me. I mean, I'm a father, and my daughter scares me more than what probably the same with any parent.
Is there anything in the car that really bugs you?
I don't think so. I mean, I might get a little nervous on coming to green, but as soon as the green flag comes out, it's all out,
The staging area, are you prepping, like going through, like this is the line I want to run, here's the spots I want to turn?
Yeah, more of like once we get pushed off out there, looking at the grooves. I feel like as I've gotten older, I get better at that. Instead of just thinking about, oh man, we're getting ready to take the green flag, it's looking at lines, looking at maybe the guys in front of you, trying to figure out where they're going to go, what their tendencies, kind of are. But
average week during the season, how much time you spend working on the car?
Put 40 or 50 hours in at work, shop, and then it's 2 or 3 evenings, and, through the week. And Saturday, if we're off on the weekend, it's usually all day Saturday. So it's definitely a
whole lot of time on it. Well, same question, but the off season, is it a total rebuild, or is it just kind of replace the stuff I need to?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. If we run a full season, we'll definitely tear it down and go through everything. Motors usually get freshened through the winter, but it's definitely every weekend at the race shop.
It really is. Hours spent wrenching, weekends away, we're at the track, it takes its toll. Where's that motivation come from? Winning?
Yeah. I mean,
once you get that win, there's nothing else that matters?
Yes. Winning probably is the worst because you experience it once and then you
want to experience every time. Yeah. When you're out there on the track and things are going good, are you going into it with a strategy, or is it kind of fly by the seat of your pants? What happens, you're going to be ready for?
A lot of it's probably by the seat of your pants, and you can't really game plan for what everybody else is going to do. You don't know what the track's going to do through the race. That's the crazy thing about the open wheel racing is the track can change lap to lap. You can be on a line that you think, oh man, I can run this the entire feature, and then
it's
5 laps, it's gone.
Yeah.
If you don't change quick enough, you're going backwards. So.
Any overthinking?
Oh yeah, definitely. Pit area overthinking is probably my worst. Trying to decide what setup or this or that.
Overanalyzing every aspect of it.
That's probably my least favorite part, is trying to make the decision of what to do, and that's where John comes in. He helps out with that a bunch.
Anything like that first win?
No. I mean the deal at Lucas being the first sprint car win. My family doesn't get to travel with us a whole lot, so they were all there.
And it's still pretty close to your home,
so That was probably the biggest one for us.
It might be a little early in the season for me to say this, but what would points champion Corey Schutte mean to you?
It would mean a lot, just like we just talked, all the hard work. If that's your goal, then Is that your goal though? I don't think I can say no. I mean, you want to win the championship for sure, but like I said, unless you've got 2 race-ready cars, it's hard to really just put that in your mind. But yeah, I mean, that would be probably our ultimate goal. I try not to look too far ahead.
Understandable.
We got to go race by race because obviously Riley Kreisel, Wesley Smith, all these guys.
Competition.
That's the cool thing about the War Series right now is there's so many guys that. We haven't had a repeat winner.
Yeah.
There's so many guys that could go on a winning spree right here towards the end of the season and win the championship.
And rack it up real quick, yeah.
At this point in the year, I just don't think you could have an off night and win the championship. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
I'd agree with that. Preferred line, top or bottom?
I mean, I like the top. Trying to be patient on the bottom. If it works, it's awesome.
Yeah. But the speed and the adrenaline.
The cushion is just a whole different deal, for the adrenaline. And if you can make it work. And that's the thing is that a lot of guys will commit to the bottom, so if you can make the top work, you're going to be able to make up some ground. So
I think Team Mez said it best the first race of the year, you don't win races by staying in line.
Yeah, you can't follow and win.
Yeah.
I think Jack Hewitt said if you want to run the bottom, get a real job. So
yeah. Music fan? You a big music fan?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song to get you pumped up before the races? Anything in specific that is on your playlist?
To get pumped up, probably not. I'm like a red dirt country guy, so
Okay.
maybe not. Maybe
Okay.
not.
What about a guilty pleasure? Is there one song there? If we seen on your iPod or your phone, we're just, man, what are you doing?
No, probably not.
Mine's "Time After Time" by Cyndi Lauper. The song's
I
awesome.
might have them, but I can't think of it right now. But
What about a favorite pre-race meal? I know a lot of the drivers, they don't like big meals before getting in the car. Is there anything like a
for some reason, mine's Subway.
Subway?
Yeah,
Same
if
way.
I can, being on the road.
Yeah.
I don't like eating gas station food.
No, and there's something about too many burgers and
Yeah.
McDonald's. I mean, McDonald's is good after the races,
Right.
$1 menu or something like
I'll
that.
do a
but-
track burger, while we're there, like get rid of the heat race and,
Yeah.
and get one of those. But
Yeah.
yeah, pretty light especially when it's hot outside.
Mhm. What about post-race? Is there a certain beverage that we're reaching for? Other than the water, naturally.
Yeah, I mean the Busch Light usually flows pretty
Yeah,
good in the
tastes-
pit area.
tastes pretty good.
Yeah, we got one of the most fun pit crews in the pit area after the races. So.
Where's that come from? Is it just like the culture that you guys have as a crew, where it's all about the fun? Because I admire it. I mean, I go by, I see your guys laughing, having fun, joking,
Yeah.
pick on each other. It's awesome.
I think it's just one of those deals. Everybody works really hard, so when the races are over, it's just
You
it's
work
time to
hard,
have fun.
play
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah, exactly. And that's as a driver, you want to. Like last night, we blew up a wheel bearing in qualifying, and they were thrashing to get it done. If they weren't all here this weekend, I don't know that would make our heat race.
Right.
Trying to run good for those guys and then having a good time afterward. That's a big part of it.
Slide job or crossover?
Slide job is probably the.
If it works. I mean, there's a lot of them that can't really do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of them that may not clear, but yeah.
Anything in a race car that you haven't done yet?
I always said a midget on asphalt looks like a handful.
It'd be interesting.
So that'd be-
Tire care. That's
Yeah,
a big one.
Managing it.
Yeah.
I've watched like the sprint cars on pavement, and even the Silver Crown stuff just doesn't look near as
That's fun.
exciting.
Yeah.
The midget looks like you're one twitch of the steering wheel away from disaster. I just look at open wheel racing, just any dirt racing. That's just my deal. So I just look at that as the best.
Progression of the sport, the competition just keeps getting raised year in and year out, and we're seeing it with you. I mean, the things that you're doing this year is just phenomenal. Where do you see your trajectory going over the next, like, say, 5 to 10 years? Is it continue in kind of in the middle of the country, or are we thinking maybe some wing eventually?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind running some wing races. It's just we've never done it. And I think
Right.
it's a whole different ball game.
Mhm.
I just think the non-wing is more fun as a driver. I'm having a blast with the war right now. It's a lot closer to home for us.
Yeah.
With the midget, we were traveling all over the place, so that helps a lot. But you always look at these guys we're running against this weekend. Those guys that do it for a living. You always want to try to prove yourself with them. But,
You're out here, you're keeping up and running with and staying up with and passing some of the best drivers non-wing racing or open wheel racing has to offer. I mean, you kind of have to put yourself in that list, don't you?
yeah, I don't think we can go quite there. I look at those guys and I always look at them on a different level.
I'm gonna be kind of contentious here a little bit. Play devil's advocate. You've got a feature win on the year. You're leading the Rookie of the Year and leading the points in the War Series. Coming into the night, there was only one other person that's leading their points as well, and that's on the USAC side. So I mean, we have to think that you're right there amongst them, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we could get there. Obviously our car is really good. John's worked really hard to get that thing as good as we can get it, and I think we're as equal playing field as we can get. With the midget, with the engines that got so out of hand and stuff. I don't know that we ever got a full level playing field where we've got with the sprint car. So it really does come down to getting the car set up right for a racetrack and getting the job done on the track against them. So.
Always humble. I'm trying to give you a compliment and you flip it on me. The people of Hollywood are calling. They're making a Corey Schutte movie. Who plays you?
Probably Will Ferrell. Just
Will Ferrell?
Yeah. Talladega Nights. Like
Yeah, there's something about Talladega Nights. The shake and bake, gotta go fast.
Exactly.
Any moments in victory lane like that with I don't know what to do with my hands moment?
I try not to. Hopefully not.
Anybody you want to give a special shout out, thank them for helping you with the racing career, progressing the way that you are?
Well, I mean, John Sawyer, his wife Jessica, I was pretty much going to go sit on the couch when he lost his driver, and it just worked out real well.
How does that come about? I mean, because it's always intrigued me being like the hired gun, because you have an established car owner, you have an established driver, to see them mutually come together. How does that come to fruition?
It really just worked out at the Chili Bowl one year. the guy I was driving for at the time, it was more just like a run locally, run 2 or 3 times a year, and then run the Chili Bowl. And I did that a couple of years, and the competitive side of me was really wanted to run full time and then go to the Chili Bowl, not show up not comfortable in a car or something like that. So I decided it was pretty much run full time or just not race at all anymore. And John was pitted next to us. I've known him for years. We don't live that far apart, but it just kind of worked out, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
It's been a good, I think, 4 or 5 years now. So.
Is this your first time on a half mile?
Yeah, I think Lucas is probably the biggest track I've been on. So. And it's not that, I mean, it's big.
Yeah,
but
I was expecting bigger.
Yeah.
Like, I look at the videos and stuff, and especially, like, you watch the Nationals, it looks like it's a lot further on the straightaways.
Yeah, the straightaways don't seem that long. I mean, obviously we're going fast, so the straightaway's over with in a hurry. I feel like you're in the corners longer than you are on the straightaway. And that's probably why everybody says it's such a tough track to get used to, because you have to keep your corner speed up or your straightaway's not there.
You're not going to have it on the top end. Do you have a dream car?
Dream car?
I mean, other than like a 410 World of Outlaws ride.
Right. Man, the new Corvettes have got my eye.
Pretty slick looking. All right, let's go with the final question of the show, kind of the staple here.
Okay.
What is your Mount Rushmore of racing? They don't even have to be the best in the world. Just your 4 favorite. 4 favorite drivers.
Steve Kinser's going to go
naturally.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on hollow grounds right now.
Yeah. I got to put Tony Stewart in there.
It's a good pick.
Definitely Brian Clausen.
Yeah.
And go old school like AJ Foyt probably paved the way for
I
some
think
of those guys.
Without AJ Foyt, I don't know if we can have the other 3.
Yeah, Tony Stewart probably was.
Wouldn't even be a driver after if AJ Foyt wasn't around.
Right.
All right, dude. I could sit here and talk to you all day and just kind of shoot the shit and stuff like that, but I'm gonna let you go back and get working on your car. And best of luck tonight here in Knoxville, and hopefully after you win her, I'll be shaking your hand in victory lane.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bud.